Even your favorite COD Zombies map has a bad Easter egg step. I'm going to be going through every single map from Black Ops 1 to Vanguard to determine which one it is. Starting us off with Ascension, the worst step in this main quest is without a doubt the last step where you have to shoot this orb into oblivion in order to free Gersh. This is mostly because the Black Ops 1 box just has a lot of garbage in it and you have to pull 5 specific weapons out of it in order to progress. Those of course are the ray gun, the thunder gun, the crossbow, the Matryoshka dolls, and the Gersh devices. You have to do all of that of course without any help from Gobblegum, so I would just get the Law and the Dragunov for like 30 minutes. It's not a fun time. Call of the Dead, the human lighthouse step, or the second to last step I believe, and it's not even because of all the doo-doo that you can get from the box, but because this egg is forcing someone to give up one of their weapon slots to complete it. It's such a sad excuse of a wonder weapon. It's really only useful for this step and this step only. Shangri-La is the napalm step, the worst special zombie to have a dedicated Easter egg step. Not only are they incredibly slow, but they are also incredibly sensitive. Trying to save one that spawned in mid-round in order to get through the eclipse and then babysit him through half the map can be a nightmare, especially if you get him on the other side of the mudroom and you have to go through that and the spikes. And also, I believe they can sprint if they are the last zombie on Black Ops 1. Moving on to Moon, this is the first one that I absolutely despise. Like, it is genuinely one of the worst Easter egg steps in COD Zombies history. First, you have to deal with the generators and all the RNG involved with that. I'm not even sure anyone knows for certain how often they come, but the excavators I believe come every 6 rounds at least after you activate power. Once you do wait those first 6 rounds, if it's not the correct excavator, tunnel 6, then you either take the L and let it excavate, resulting in this annoying non-gravity, like I can't move normally in this crap, or you take the risk and hack it and wait up to another 6 rounds to have a third of a chance to get tunnel 6 again. This can easily result in you having to start the 3rd step, mind you. This is only the 3rd step in the Easter egg at round 20 or past that. And on top of all that, the horrible box pulls visit us once again, since you need the wave gun to advance in this terrible step. I swear I've gotten entire immolation liquidations without getting the wave gun. Alright, moving on to Black Ops 2, we're going to start with the Richtofen side of the transit Easter egg, Richtofen having you get the EMPs. Now listen, I know that this is the 3rd one I hate because of the box, but this is 100% worse than building the jet gun, because at least with that you know about how much time building is going to take and where in the map you have to go. But getting the EMP 2 times out of the box took me and my friend almost 40 minutes to do, where we had to traverse all the way around the map following the box, and it was absolutely miserable. Max's side of transit, the pylon power-up step. Oh man, not only do you have to have 2 turbines that break easier than BO4 servers at launch work simultaneously, but you won't have any perks when you have to lure the Avogadro under the pylon and then you must throw an EMP grenade at the Avogadro. Please, Jimmy, don't make me do this again. Diarize. Now, these steps are interesting because while they are different, they deal with the same exact object. That would be the trample steams. And it's just such a hassle to build this thing. You have to go up and down 3 levels and get 4 parts that you can only carry 1 at a time. And if having to traverse the elevators up and down wasn't enough, you actually have to go between both buildings and use the trample steam. On the Richtofen side, you have to fling a bunch of zombies from 4 different locations. But the most annoying part is that if you don't have all 4 of them placed at the same time, you won't be able to progress. So if even just 1 breaks, you're gonna have to go back all the way to the other building and have someone else trample steam you back. And why am I playing this map? On the Max's side, it's not as bad. You'd still have to build the trample steam, but you actually know when you have them in the correct position because you're not able to pick them back up. It can just be a bit annoying because you don't have much of a prompt to place the balls. Map of the Dead. So this is the first one. I had no idea what to choose because this entire Easter egg is a piece of cake. So I don't know. I'm going to say inputting all the numbers because you either have to have someone blue balling your revive if you're in co-op, or you have to use multiple afterlives if you're solo. Buried, the sharpshooter step. Now listen, I know this step is unique and fun, but all of our individual least favorite Easter egg steps are that because of our experience. And what I experienced with this step, the only time I've ever completed this Easter Easter egg was not enjoyable. Almost 90 minutes of all of our stormtrooper asses trying to hit 80 targets perfectly. That is the length of some movies. I could have used that time for so many other things. You go that long failing on the same step try after try, and your friendships start to be a little questionable. Origins, this one's pretty easy. It's putting all the staffs in the robots, the second step. I mean, there's a reason the exploit is accepted on speedruns. Nobody does this step on Black Ops 2. Alright, moving on to Exo Zombies. I bet you didn't think I'd be doing these. For Outbreak, this would be getting the key card from the trash chute. This is a really annoying step in an otherwise fun main quest. You're really just supposed to shoot at random at this huge area. With the time limit, and after having to spend 4,000 of my money buying the chute twice. Yeah, no thank you. I'm already leaking money because of how much upgrading costs on this map. Carrier, the shovel step. This is where you have to travel to an island and use a shovel to dig at random and find a box with the key card. Look at how small the space that you dig up is. Man, Exo Zombies really likes RNG steps. Descent, this stupid platform step. I really hate this one because it starts off so simple, like yeah, I'm just jumping from platform to platform, but then it just drags on and gets ridiculously hard. Like, come on, I'm on this small ass platform. How am I supposed to get on top of that? It's so giant. How does this even relate to the story? All right, moving on to Black Ops 3 Shadows of Evil, the flag step. I realize this step isn't bad, but I struggled so badly to finish this Easter egg because everyone I tried it with was so shit at this step, and I still have a negative association with it. Like to the point where I couldn't believe it when I was able to do it so simply by myself. Der Eisendrache, the Wisp step, ×2. I just don't enjoy running around the map checking multiple locations, and we have to do it twice in the same egg. That just feels lazy. Zetsubo no Shima, the missile step. Holy do I hate this step. First of all, getting the missile can be incredibly frustrating because of the unreliable plant system. Not only can it give you any number of things apart from the missile, but this is a process that prolongs the Easter egg so much because it takes 4 rounds to even know if you got the right thing. And even when you do, it doesn't freaking shoot when I'm pressing the X button. Like seriously, Gabe, I'm pressing it. What do you want from me? Gorod Krovi, the Nemo challenge. Just kidding, it's the Valkyrie challenge. We just call it the Nemo challenge because of the way he flaps his little broken arms. Look how cute he is. Anyway, this is the worst of the challenges in my opinion because it's just so hard to defend it while trying not to do damage. Like, I don't think I've been able to do this one without the undead man walking gobblegum. Revelations. I know this main quest has a lot of random steps, but I don't really mind any of them. To me, these are all pretty fun to do, so I'm just going to say the final boss fight because it's so anticlimactic. The final right casual egg, the defense steps. I really only dislike these because if you unalive enough zombies, it just keeps flipping the rounds. This is for the tower defense, so you have no choice. Therefore, these were literally designed to extend the rounds of your Easter egg rounds, which is annoying. The final right hardcore is upgrading all of the Teslas. Same concept goes here, but it's actually worse because you have to do 4 of these to upgrade all 4 of the wonder weapons instead of just 2. I really don't understand what the point of making me be on a higher round for this Easter egg is. Alright, we're gonna move on from World War II Zombies because I haven't done any of the other Easter eggs and there's no sense in talking about them if I haven't done them. Same thing goes for IW Zombies, so Black Ops 4 9, the Danu challenge. Man, I feel like a broken record at this point, but yes, I do not like this step because you have to wait 2 rounds for the wood to be done, to cook I guess, wait another 2 rounds for the actual caca to fertilize in the bathroom, and another 2 rounds for it to fertilize again under Danu's tower. This feels so unnecessary. Why 2 rounds? Sure, we need to flip the rounds to make time pass and fertilize, but why not just make it 1 round? Or an actual amount of time like 5 minutes. Voyage of Despair, the dials or the clocks or whatever you want to call these things. This one's very tedious because of all the symbol locations being spread out across the map, and the 2 sets of dials are literally on opposite ends of the map. It's a lot of mindless traveling that I'm not a big fan of. Blood of the Dead, the New Industries challenge. Not too long ago I would have said the bird step, but now that they've found a trick to see in the general area that he goes to, I'm gonna say the New Industries challenge. The whole shield system is annoying, and having to have 4 or 5 charges saved up is tedious, especially when it can break at any time, and then having to cockblock him while sucking him dry is not fun when there are zombies surrounding you, especially on solo. Classified, the entire thing. Dead of the Night, counting scratches. So I have to check 8 locations to find 3 symbols, and once I find them, I have to do some counting in an Easter egg step. It also bothers me that the 5th scratch isn't a cross. Ancient Evil, the Raw Defense. Or Scepter and Dial Part 2, I think. I don't know what it is with this step, but I just have such bad luck with it. It's difficult to check and defend both locations without a gauntlet since you just give it away, at least on solo. And to top it all off, a Blightfrawler always spawns in to wreck your face. I've failed this step more than any other in this Easter egg, and I realize it could be a skill issue, but it's just not a fun step to me. Alpha Omega, the Wisp Escort. This one is maddening because of how much it weaves. It's actually trying to break my ankles. Look at this. It's also really slow and it has to travel basically around the entire map. It's definitely the step that I failed most on this main quest. Tag der Toten, the snowball step. All of the steps on this map are tedious, but my least favorite is the snowball one because like der Risendracht, you have to do this one twice, which is lazy, and I just hate aiming at tiny balls that you can't get too close to. Alright, starting off Cold War, D-Machine. This entire egg is so easy, even with it requiring all DIE upgrades. So I'm just gonna say the final defense step because Bruff doesn't lose any health. Why are you giving me a false sense of a challenge? Firebase Z, the Mimic step. It's trying to do Pokemon, but it just does it worse. You have to lower the Mimic's health, throw this Pokeball at them, but not all of the ones you catch are the correct ones, so you have to do this more than 3 times on more than 3 different Mimics. It's just annoying. Outbreaks 1 and 2 are getting to wave 3, and you thought we were done with the arbitrary round extenders. I don't understand what the purpose of this would be besides covering up the seemingly low effort put into these eggs. It's certainly not to set up because you can do that in the bunker for the first quest, and the second doesn't even require a setup because it's so easy. The length of some of the main objectives turn this step and egg into a massive waste of time. Mauer der Tone. This entire egg is really simple, so I don't know, protecting Klaus at the end because it makes me think I'm done when I'm not. Also LMAO at Noah J456.
Oh no! Klaus, stay alive! Oh! Klaus died? What?
Forsaken, trying to get this part for this thing that I don't care to look up. I feel like this is probably just me, but I struggle so hard to get this dunce, this abomination, to lunge at me to get this part. Maybe I'm just the dunce. Shinonuma Reborn. Sitting through these cutscenes like what the fuck is this story? And finally, the Archon, which is getting forcibly downed by this bozo.